Hi, it's Mindy with Astrology by Love, here to bring you an awesome series on the moon. So we are going to go ahead, jump right in and get started. I wanted to mention a few things first. So the moon in astrology is our emotional body. It shows how we process, how we feel, contain, express, and perceive emotions. If you are born at night, then the moon expresses more frequently. So, and sometimes, a lot of times, is more important than the sun. A good celebrity example of this is Tony Robbins. So, Tony was born at night. He is a Pisces sun, which is sensitive, intuitive, feeling, and we do see that energy in Tony, but he expresses as more of an alpha male. Being born at night, he was also born when the moon was in the sign of Aries. So that is a lot of times where his alpha male energy comes from, his dynamic, go-getter, accomplishment attitude. So that's an example of a celebrity born at night. And if you two are born at night, your moon may express more than your sun, and that would be normal. The moon is also influenced by the house it is in. And the moon represents our mothers or mother figures in our life, as well as the women that we are attracted to and that we attract in. So in a man's life, the moon represents the type of woman that, once again, he is attracted to and who also embodies the energy that his moon carries. So sometimes, and a lot of times in a man's life, that moon energy comes through in the women in his life. We are also going to talk about the stars and what degrees of particular signs these stars are in, and how they affect the moon when the moon is in line with these stars. Know that when a planet or point is culminating or coming closer to a star, that energy is building. Once it passes by, it's kind of built. There's like a pressure release. It quickly lessens and then fades away. Also know that angles from other planets affect your moon as well. So as a general rule of thumb, a sextile or trine brings a planet's energy into the influence of the moon by a pleasant way. It's complementary, it works together. If the planet is in a square or opposition, then it brings that planet's energy into the moon in a frustrating and challenging way. So in the conjunction with a planet with the moon just depends on the planet. So different astrologers have different opinions on the moon's orb of influence. Some astrologers, like William Lilly, say that the moon has an influence on a planet up until 12 degrees. And I've heard other astrologers say as little as 7 degrees. Some ancient astrologers did not use degrees when making charts, and has sort of given us the impression that the entire sign to another entire sign is included in those energies. The stars influence the moon so that the nature of the moon is not lost. It just adds an extra layer of energy, a different energy. As with all energy, sometimes one is stronger than the other, but the original moon energy in that sign is still accessible on some level. Also note, not all of these star placements are fantastic. So, instead of massaging the edges of the truth, I do have to say some negative things about a few positions. Please don't shoot the messenger. There seems to be a balance of some sort in the universe. So some of these places are thought of as beneficial and others are not. Also notice some of these stars don't necessarily completely change the moon. They just amplify certain characteristics. So it may not be as much as a different thing as much, but more a characteristic is just intensified. One other point to consider is that a star has been known to influence the opposite point. So if your moon is behaving differently than the sign and there is not a star at that particular point, check the opposite zodiac and see if there is a star at that point. I don't cover that in these videos. I'm trying to make these not be super long, but I also want them to be informative. So if a star isn't there, check the other side. And for these videos, just as references, I have used Claudius Ptolemy's Tetrabiblios. I have used Vivian Robson's The Fixed Stars and Constellations in Astrology book, and also the websites astrologyking.com and constellationofwords.com. Doing research and going through all this, something I did notice was that Vivian Robson always had the most negative interpretations of the stars. And I thought, what's going on there? So I looked up his chart, and his moon is 2 degrees away from Saturn. It also has a mild square to Mars, which can readily cause a negative outlook on things. And just so you know, this astrologer that you're listening to right now, her moon is in Capricorn, which is also ruled by Saturn. So I'm going to try to keep this light and upbeat, but I do want this to be truthful and honest and also provide insight for you as well. And one last thing, please note that I have read about all of these stars multiple times. I have not necessarily had conversations with astrological scholars about each and every one of them. At the moment, I type out my readings in order to give myself time to best describe what is going on in the best possible way. So I have read and typed all of these names at one point or another. I have not necessarily spoken about them. I am not fluent in Arabic or Latin or even Chaldean. So I'm going to pronounce these names the best that I can. If I mess one up or mispronounce it, which will probably happen, and you know how to properly pronounce it, please let me know down below in the comments. I would love to learn the proper pronunciations of these names. Once again, thank you for watching, and we'll get started. One more thing. I have put the names of the stars down below in the description box next to the degree it is at, and have the time that it appears in the video right next to it. Enjoy! Leo moon. The Leo moon is deeply loyal and protective of their loved ones, a little insecure, and wants people to think they are amazing. The Leo moon needs attention, needs affection, needs compliments. Leo moon is dramatic in all ways, tells the greatest stories, funniest jokes, most traumatic tales of woe. They are passionate about their callings, friends, lovers, and family. Leo moon dislikes being bossed around or told what to do and prefers to be in charge. The Leo moon is ruled by the sun, which is why they must feel seen in all their glory. Very loyal, not a fan of impromptu change, especially not change for change's sake. That is seen as highly unnecessary. Feels they deserve the best. The first star in Leo to affect the moon is Talitha. Talitha is at 2 degrees, 48 minutes of Leo. The moon here keeps its cards close to its chest. What if is the struggle and possible gifting, depending on how you look at it. Their ability to quickly see the negative that could possibly happen keeps them safe a lot of times, but this behavior normally does not allow for great levels of success. Following rules is important to this moon, and they typically rein in that Leo exuberance with the influence of this star. Someone who easily fits into societal norms and does what is expected. About a 2-degree orb. Next is Praesaepe, 7 degrees, 12 minutes of Leo. It is near North Asellus at 7 degrees, 24 of Leo. And then South Asellus is nearby at 8 degrees 35 of Leo. So all three have about a 1 degree orb and are close enough together that they blend their energies. Praesaepe brings a psychic and intuitive flavor to this mix, while Assellus's energy gives the moon defiant and stubborn leadership qualities. Charity towards others is also a quality of this moon, and an inner artist is here that's not easily recognized. Trying to get these people to change their mind is an uphill battle that is not going to be easily won. They have a temper too, and pushing them to change their stubborn mind is a great way to bring out that temper. This energy is felt between 6 and 9 degrees, 6 and 9.5 degrees of Leo. At 10 degrees and 20 minutes of Leo is Giansar. Giansar is artistic, loyal, and somber, and that is how this star affects the moon. Deep analytical thinking comes with it, as well as bravery and craftiness. Popular socially with the urge to travel and see the world. Inclinations to drink and use drugs as well, so be careful here. Orb of approximately 1 degree. Barbara Streisand has her moon here at 10 degrees and 36 minutes, and Marilyn Manson's moon is 23 minutes away at 10 degrees and 43 minutes. Next is Acubens. Acubens is 13 degrees, 35 minutes of Leo. The moon here is indicative of a fierce protector, someone who does not necessarily want to lead, but does when under pressure and needing to protect itself and loved ones. Constant lying is also associated with this star, but is likely done out of defensiveness and a need for protecting one's privacy and others. The star Acubens has an orb of about 1.5 degrees of influence. Next, at 15 degrees Leo, is Dubhe. Dubhe is a fortunate star. Pride is a definite characteristic of this moon when it is placed here, as well as a warrior spirit. An enjoyment of large beasts is also here, such as bears, panthers, tigers, and such. The ability to be brutal towards people is also with this star, as is retribution and vengeance. It is considered a fortunate star and gives keen intelligence to the moon and insight as well. This is also the energy of being able to help people along to their destiny, or having a mother or lover helping the native to theirs. Just over a 2 degree orb. At 19 degrees and 6 minutes is Merak. Ambition galore is imputed into the moon when it is placed here. Impatience is also here, and powerful leadership capabilities as well. Forethought and planning are natural things for this moon, as is being wary of newcomers. Diligent and prepared, this moon does well in a position of power and probably has a very dominant mother who is a force to be reckoned with, and if in a man's chart, he would be attracted to powerful women. The energy of guiding others to their destiny is here as well. Just over a 2 degree orb. At 20 degrees and 42 minutes is Ras Elased Australis, also known as Al-Janubi. Spiritually and intellectually gifted, yet cruel and heartless, with few friends and an artistic talent. Verbally expressive and resentful towards others, especially women, and constantly feels like a victim. Is trapped in a cycle of lashing out, then being a victim from lashing out, feeling resentful, then lashing out again. Just over a 1.5 degree orb. Next is Ras Elased Borealis, 21 degrees, 26 minutes. Verbally expressive with a little bit of a temper when the moon is in line with this star. Able to control and influence others with their speech. Also good at planning for the future. Very small orb of only 1 degree, not used very much, but it is there. Next is Subra. Subra is at 24 degrees, 15 minutes of Leo. Subra is simply confident in one's own abilities. That's what happens when the moon is placed here. Able to get what you want and to look good doing it. No guilt or apologies, just good at what you do. So the moon here is influenced by Subra, and Subra has a little over a 1 degree orb of influence. Next is Alphard. Alphard is 27 degrees, 8 minutes of Leo. This moon gives wisdom, an appreciation for art and music, and a total lack of self-control. As loyal as Leo moon usually is, this one just can't help itself and will jump into bed with just about anyone if they catch them in the mood. Drug and alcohol abuse are quite common here, and so is insight into the human nature. The native with this moon can charm you in order to get what they want. Just over a 2 degree orb, Carolina Herrera's moon is exactly in line with this star. Next we have Adhafera at 27 degrees, 34 minutes of Leo. And then we have Jabhah at 27 degrees, 41 minutes of Leo. Alphard definitely blends its energies with both Adhafera and Alphard. The blended energies of these stars that are all in the 27th degree can basically make the native a player. Clever, cunning, and able to get what they want, and what they want is normally not a noble thing. Wealth can come with this star, but so does the probability of getting it by illegal means. The native with this moon has a moral compass that is different from what is classically taught. The energy here is from about the 26th to the 28th degree of Leo. Now, we finish Leo out with the star Regulus. Regulus is a royal star. 29 degrees, 53 minutes of Leo. Regulus has a strong sense of justice, wisdom galore, noble ambitions, with gallant protection of the underdog. The moon here, this is the person you probably don't feel comfortable gossiping negative things to, and you sure wouldn't ask them for help to bury a body because they might turn you in. This moon is burdened by the derelict ways of humanity and will be just and valiant to the bitter end despite what popular opinion is. Huge favor from religious and political leaders is brought about with the moon here, and depending on the rest of the chart, a career in politics or the church is probably a good fit, and just belonging to one of these groups is highly likely with the moon here. Winston Churchill's moon is at 29 degrees and 37 minutes, while Margaret Thatcher's is at 28 degrees and 38 minutes. Celebrities with the moon in Leo include Amy Lee. Her moon is at 0 degrees, 25 minutes. Barbara Streisand, 10 degrees, 36 minutes. Patrick Swayze at 3 degrees, 22 minutes. Winston Churchill, 29 degrees, 37 minutes. Margaret Thatcher, 28 degrees, 38 minutes. George Michael at 20 degrees and 50 minutes. Tom Hanks at 9 degrees and 52 minutes. Carolina Herrera is at 27 degrees and 8 minutes. And Katie Holmes at 17 degrees and 12 minutes of Leo. So that is the rundown of the Leo moon and the stars that affect it. I appreciate you hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this and found this informative. If you like it, definitely like, subscribe, leave some comments down below, and look for me soon. I'll be uploading new videos soon. Thanks. Have a great day.